Comrades, today, me and fellow Ugandans are going to deliver this formal
breaking news as we speak right now. His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is being taken to the ICC by the international community of Uganda. I want you to listen to this video very carefully. Na inga tunagenda yo mbade kusaba video soko jimpeleka like oba maze ha subscribing. Nkugambe this is a developing story binji nyobe kyakuletera na lala bikwategana ku nsonga zino za ICC. Nkugambye omukulu Gen Muhoozi bibye hasi birungi oluvannyuma lw'okubeera nga akakasa nti he has killed over 22 Ugandans. Ugandans are now eagerly waiting to take them to the ICC. They want justice. They are demanding for justice. Wano wenyini wenjagala nkubulize gwe muna Uganda oli ku saidi yani ya President Museveni oba saidi ya His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi. Ongambe ne reason zo kulwaki oba wagira video soko girabe tumali tuyongere.
Comrades, today, me and fellow Ugandans are going to deliver this formal complaint following Article 15 of the Statute of Rome to the International Criminal Court in The Hague. At the request of writer Kakwenza Rukirabashaya, one of the main victims, I have put on my suit. And here it goes into the envelope. We will be going live around 2 p.m. Uganda time. This petition is specifically aimed at the biggest criminal, Muhoozi Kainerugaba. You will go to The Hague behind bars.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the International Criminal Court, or should I say International Corrupt Court. I am here with a message from the Ugandan community. At this moment, hundreds of political prisoners are being tortured. 10,000 have been killed this weekend in sham elections. And you know everything about those sham elections. You received our petition about the 2021 elections, and you refused to act. You are a corrupt, very corrupt court. You are almost as corrupt as the Ugandan courts, as the Electoral Commission, as the Ugandan Human Rights Commission, as the whole of the NRM. All these institutions are corrupt, and because they supply personnel to you, the International Criminal Court, you have also been corrupted. It's very sad that the
Alright, nga tubitadde ku mobile nkugambye lutalo lw'amaanyi nnyo ate mulowooza international media tebatandise okubeera nga bagi compromising abana basajja ba NRM. BBC yo yamaze dda kubeera nga erugenda ne Al Jazeera engeri gye babuuzamu ebibuuzo. Oh my god, baagala okulabisa His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi. Sky News ne CNN are the only channels that you people should watch because it's the only channel that brings the right news right now. So kulabe ebiki bakavalinga omalombulire ebyadala olowooza be bakavalinga bali basanu kubeera nga covering over Neda.
A march to declare the end of a deadly, drawn-out election cycle. And the adding of 5 more years to President Museveni's 40-year rule. His party is here to celebrate the win. And his Prime Minister is here to represent the state.
And how will the government deal with unrest over the next 5 years if people continue to reject President Museveni's time in power?
Nobody has rejected President Museveni.
They're protesting. They've been protesting.
No, the protesters are engineered by those who have failed in this election. Of course, once you fail, you feel the pain.
The party members of opposition leader Bobi are not here to express any pain. They've been banned from sitting alongside dignitaries, diplomats, and people of the cloth to witness the official results.
The votes that have been stolen.
All except Bobi Wine's lawyer, who walked out as their defeat was announced.
The results, as announced by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, are fraudulent and they do not represent the will of the people of Uganda as expressed on the polling day. We have sampled the figures being displayed here with what we have obtained from the polling stations. Clearly, they do not match.
These allegations of election rigging are not dampening the mood of Museveni's supporters. And as they cheer in Kampala, cries of grief echo out 2 hours away. A victim of the security crackdown is being laid to rest. Sarah was hit by a stray bullet aimed at dispersing protesters. The day votes were counted and disputed. Her brother Samuel says she had nothing to do with politics.
You
know this government, you're limited in how you speak about it. We are ordinary people.
I think that the worst disaster to have happened to opposition in Uganda was Bobi Wine. See, Bobi Wine moved this country in 2021 and was able to show that NRM does not always rig, really. You can stop NRM rigging. In 2006, Museveni had gotten 12% in Acholi, PSG got 82%. So I used to ask people in the opposition, okay, by 2011, Museveni had grown to 40 in Acholi region when the war ended. If Museveni has unlimited capability to rig, how come you were able to defeat him badly in Acholi, UBSG, and now he's beating you? So the same applies to Bobi Wine. When he comes in 2021, he's able to wipe Museveni out of most of Buganda. Not every part of Buganda, most of Buganda. But Museveni had always won all the districts of Buganda except Kampala and Wakiso. And by the way, in 2011, Museveni got 245,000 votes in Kampala district, or Kampala city, and BSG got 248. There was a difference of only 3,000 votes. So what is it that made Museveni always win or perform very well in Buganda that took it? What happened to the rigging machinery in Buganda? It shows that you only rig where you are strong. You can't rig where you are weak. So if you are Bobi Wine, you have to ask yourself, what is it that made me perform so well in terms of absolute votes and percentage? This time, Bobi Wine fell significantly in absolute votes. He also fell significantly in the share of votes. You see? So you were asking me, why is there that variance? The first variance is that Museveni had won a couple of districts, but his performance across the whole of Uganda increased. It is simple like where he did not beat Bobi Wine, the margins in the previous election had been very high. But Museveni made a comeback. And there are three reasons I can attribute this to. The first and most important is not what Museveni did, but what Bobi Wine did not do. After the election, Bobi Wine went to sleep. Where Museveni, after the election, was trying to reach out to old friends and alliances, to reach out to them, to Mengo, to Rubaga and others, bribe some, cajole others, try to win many and intimidate a few and blackmail the rest. Bobi Wine is sleeping in his bed. I want the panelists here to tell me, do you guys know...
Bobi Wine, watunze banna Uganda. Ovuddeyo ku BBC n'ogamba nti tosobola kutwala mwami Museveni mu kkooti wadde ng'obujulizi obulina nti akalulu baakakuttemu. Lwaki bwe baaba mu masente za iPod za mwaka gumu mwagenda mu kkooti? Era omusango gukyayinda. Mwagala biliyoni 3. Ogwo baalooya bammwe bakola. Era bakatana balubongoya ebitabo n'amasuuti babijjayo bwe mubanga sente mugenda kuziteeka mu nsawo. Naye olw'okuba watunze banna Uganda n'ebyolimu ebyokwekweka n'ennyanzi yabizannya wano yamaliriza awaddeyo lisiti y'abafuutu soja abaali ku paaleedi buzannyo bwammwe. Oli mu State House mukkakkanya banna Uganda ekyosi ky'akalulu kiyite. Kale bwe muba temuli baffere, temuli bakazannyiikirizi, temwebasa banna Uganda tulo, bonna abaayiseewo ku kaadi zo ababaka ba paaliyamenti bakola ki nga tebakubanjezaako kalulu? Lwaki basirise nnyo? Era njagala bonna bassekimunga nkuyege nti bw'aba pulezidenti Kadingo teyayiseewo ku bwa pulezidenti naffe tetugenda kulayira. Naye olw'okuba mubala akasente ka iPodi byonna bye mwagamba abantu kati muli ki? Njagala ompeeyo omubaka omu owa Nuupu bwe mulaba ali ku mulamwa. Mundageyo omwe yasigala ku polling station ddala ng'akakuuma nga nawe wadda wuwona mukazi wo. Essaawa eno toli mukwate, intaneti kweri kwetuli. Lwaki toteekawo embeera? Lwaki toteekawo embeera? Oli mu State House Nyanzi gye yali addukidde luli n'awaayo lisiti y'abafuutu soja era n'amaliriza ddiiru egenda okubayisa mu kalulu. Bafuutu soja ne babakwata abaali ku parade ye tebamukwatanga. Mukolera Museveni. Essaawa eno oli mu State House mubala kiddako bw'otegeeza international news oyogera bogus. Kyova olaba nti n'amawanga amalala tegalina interest mu kalulu ka wano. Gwe wekka abadde mu kalulu amawanga amalala ne gatabeera concerned international community. Mwalabyani ddala asonga mu Uganda n'ebibadde mu Uganda. Mwalabyani ali